Okay, let's dive right in. We've been looking through a whole stack of research, and, well, it really challenges how we think about business success today. There's this core idea running through everything. The way companies compete is fundamentally changing. It's moving past just, having the most money or the biggest factories.
Right.
So today we're really digging into how digital marketing DM isn't just some add-on. It seems it's absolutely essential for real business transformation, or DT.
That's the mission, basically. To give you a kind of shortcut to understanding these new rules and, maybe more importantly, understanding the new kind of competitor out there.
Yeah.
Our sources, they do a great job analyzing why these established old-school businesses, the ones with all the money and the legacy systems, are suddenly finding themselves challenged.
Right, by nimbler players?
Exactly, by competitors who are just fast, agile, tech-savvy. It boils down to spotting that shift in competition and, crucially, how technology enables that speed.
I thought the analogy the sources used was, well, fantastic, really captures the shift. It basically signals the end of the old way. We're moving away, or maybe we've already moved away, from that time when it was all about big fish eat small fish.
But the classic model, whoever has the most capital, the biggest systems, the distribution network, they win. Simple.
That was the comfort zone, wasn't it? For decades. Capital was everything.
It was the moat around the castle.
Totally. But now we're deep into this new era, the fast fish eats slow fish era. So the winner isn't always the biggest anymore. It's the one who can adapt faster, change things up quicker.
And that adaptation, that speed, it almost always comes down to digital tech and the data it generates.
Yeah.
But hang on, let's play devil's advocate for a second. Someone listening might say, hold on, huge amounts of capital still matter. If Amazon decides to go fast, they can crush any small startup.
That's a fair point, yeah.
And what the sources clarify is, okay, yes, capital is still super useful for scaling things up. But it's not the barrier to entry or disruption it once was.
Oh, okay.
The speed you need just to survive now, that's about innovation speed, customer response speed. And that's what DT enables.
So DT defining that.
Right, digital transformation. It's the process of using digital tools not just to, automate old stuff, but to fundamentally create new, better processes. Often, it means taking services we already use and turning them into a slicker, superior digital experience.
And we see this everywhere, don't we? The sources gave some great examples. Think how Grab just turned the taxi industry upside down.
Yeah, or Netflix versus Blockbuster in film and TV.
Exactly, or music. Spotify basically wiped out the whole physical store model.
And what's really interesting, the key insight here, is that these disruptors, they didn't really invent totally new things.
No, people still needed rides, movies, music.
The core service was the same. What they changed fundamentally was the selling format, how you actually accessed and consumed it.
So it shifted from what are we selling to something more like how incredibly easily and frictionlessly can people get what we sell?
Precisely. The whole competitive focus shifts. It becomes about user experience, data efficiency, that kind of thing.
And the result for the old guard, the established leaders?
Well, it's often paralysis, market paralysis. The sources use a term that basically means sudden stop or being disrupted.
Right, that disruption.
Maybe they don't vanish overnight, but they start looking obsolete. And slowly they get swallowed up by the faster fish.
And that fear, that worry about becoming the slow fish.
That's what drives everyone now.
Yeah.
Every established company is scrambling to integrate tech, not just to save costs, but specifically to make existing things better for the customer.
Which brings us right back around to why digital marketing is so vital. Because just having the tech isn't enough, right? You can't just build an app for a broken process.
Exactly. Slapping a digital front end on a clunky old system doesn't work. Real DT, it needs the tech upgrade, sure, but it also demands a total rethink of your marketing. Smarter, better, strategic marketing.
And DM is how you communicate that value.
DM is the bridge.
Yeah.
It translates what the tech can do into something the customer actually values.
Okay.
And this is where the playing field really starts to level out. Remember the big fish threat?
Yeah.
Well, the sources are pretty bold here. They basically say digital marketing makes company size kind of irrelevant, at least for getting in the game.
That's a big claim. How so?
Well, think about it. If you're a tiny startup, you can't afford a massive TV ad campaign, right? That costs a fortune. Capital is the barrier.
Okay, yeah.
But with DM, that same startup or a small local business, they could use the exact same targeting tools, the same platforms as a giant multinational.
Huh. So same access.
Right. Instant, precise access gives the little guys a shot. They can compete based on being smart and relevant, not just on having deep pockets.
And it's cheaper, too, presumably.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Connect that leveling effect to costs. Traditional marketing, huge fixed costs, billboards, radio ads, print brochures. You spend that money, whether anyone responds or not.
Right. You pay up front.
But DM moves toward flexible costs. You pay when someone specific sees your ad, or maybe only when they click. It's way more efficient.
Saves time, people, money.
Exactly. Less upfront cash needed. The sources actually say DM is worth the investment because you can track everything, every dollar. And that leads to a much clearer, usually much better return on investment, ROI.
Okay, so it levels the field, it's cost effective. Well, what else? Precision?
Yes. Precision is the real power tool here. Forget the old shotgun approach of traditional ads.
Yeah, hoping you hit someone.
Right. DM tools let you go way beyond just age or income. We're talking deep targeting now.
Based on interests, habits.
Exactly. Psychographics, behaviors, you can define your target audience, build customer personas based on what they search for, what they like online, their pain points, even the moment they're looking for a solution.
Wow. So segment marketing gets way easier.
Infinitely easier. You reach the right people accurately. Less wasted money.
And you can follow up, right? Remarketing.
Yep, you close the loop. Remarketing lets you specifically target people who've already shown interest, visited your site, put something in their cart.
Those are your best prospects.
Usually the most profitable spend, yeah. You focus your budget where it counts most.
Yeah.
On people already leaning your way.
So precision in targeting, but also in measuring results.
That's maybe the biggest advantage.
Right.
Measurability. Accountability.
Okay.
Every single thing in digital, a click, a view, a download, a sale, it's measured.
Yeah.
Instantly, in clear numbers, ratios. Often we talk about conversion rates.
So you know it's working. No guessing.
None. You get this measurable result, as the sources call it. You use it to analyze campaigns in real time, understand exactly how things are going, where every penny went.
And that constant feedback, that data, it forces a different way of thinking, doesn't it?
It demands it. It creates the digital mindset, continuous improvement. And the sources make a really key point here. Forget comparing yourself constantly to competitors. What matters more is making steady, month-on-month improvements against your own results.
So the plan can't just sit on a shelf.
Never. It means you have to be constantly testing. A/B testing, headlines, images, offers, everything. And when the data shows a problem, you need to adjust, fix it immediately.
So it's less like a roadmap.
And more like flying a plane.
Yeah.
You're constantly making small adjustments based on the wind, the turbulence, the readings on your dashboard.
That dynamic approach, needing to constantly tweak things, that leads to maybe the most, challenging finding in the sources, I think.
Yeah, we definitely need to spend a moment on this. It pushes back against decades of business school thinking.
What is it?
The core conclusion is, because everything is so dynamic and data-driven, there is no single direct success formula.
No magic recipe.
Nope. No consultant can give you a guaranteed 10-step plan for your specific business. It just doesn't exist.
Why not?
Because the market changes daily. Your competitors change hourly. Customer behavior shifts constantly.
So if the advantage is speed and adapting,
then a fixed formula instantly makes you the slow fish.
Right. Makes sense.
Success comes purely from ongoing experimentation, learning from the data, adjusting, solving problems within your market, your context.
So just copying a successful competitor.
The sources warn against it. By the time you copy them, they've moved on. You'll likely be too slow, miss the next turn.
You need your own feedback loop.
You have to be willing to try things, fail fast, learn even faster, and reinvest based on that data. That's really the only path in this DT era. Relentless adaptive strategy guided by your DM numbers.
Okay, wow. That really wraps up our deep dive for today. A lot to think about.
Yeah.
We've seen the market now really favors speed, adaptation, not just size or money anymore. And how digital marketing is this great equalizer, letting anyone compete if they're smart about it.
Right. Size doesn't lock you out.
And that success isn't about finding some secret formula, but about constant measurement, testing, improving. No fixed read maps.
It's a continuous process.
So as we wrap up, what's the final thought for our listeners?
Well, as you're thinking about integrating all these digital tools and strategies, I want you to really consider the difference between just having the tools and having a solid plan to use them.
Ah, the strategy behind the tech.
Exactly. There's one statistic from the sources that really stuck with me. A huge number, something like 91% of businesses that fail with online marketing.
91%.
Yeah. They don't fail because they picked the wrong software or didn't spend enough. They fail because they lack a good, solid, adaptive marketing plan.
So the tech is useless without the strategy.
Pretty much. It just underscores that all these powerful DM tools, they only work if they're guided by smart, flexible strategy. So the question I'd leave you with, our listeners, this. Before you jump into the next tool or tactic, how well have you actually mapped out, tested, and documented your strategy? Is the plan itself solid?